to AI Live. I'm Vincent Martinez, and today we're coming to you from New York Men's Day. It's part of New York Fashion Week. So what exactly is that? New York Men's Day is an initiative that allows emerging designers and gives them a platform to present their menswear collections and genderless collections as well. So let's go inside and check it out. Well, Tristan, Stan Clothing, congratulations on another wonderful fashion week. So one of the main concerns and interests for our students at the Art Institute is sustainability. And you are one of the best people to really address that. What can you say about sustainability in fashion? Some words of wisdom for our students.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is an art practice for me. It involves, things that are really close and personal to me. I find these textiles with stories, and I try to uplift those. And so just inherently and naturally to me and, my beliefs in this world and saving the ocean and being good to the planet, it's sustainable. Yeah.
I agree with you. So I don't want to keep you, I know you're busy, but I got to tell you, man, I saw your collection. I guess it was the first one with that last season. It was fabulous. And this, you are like topping yourself every time. So again, congratulations.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So first of all, I'm with the Art Institute. Our program is AI Live. And the two things I want to address about your collection and about your aesthetic, two things. I see some gender fluidity. Yep. Let's talk about that for a second, and then talk about sustainability, which is also a real hot topic, not only in fashion, but really in fashion schools with fashion students. So let's talk about the aesthetic of your collection first.
You want to take it?
Sure. Aesthetically, there is gender fluidity. I think with this collection specifically, we wanted to look at how we can, de-gender menswear, but not in such a conventional way where it's like putting a skirt or changing it in that sense, but looking at what makes women's wear feminine. So it was like either silhouettes or details and finishes, how things are closed. And I think that's where the femininity and the gender fluidity comes from. That's why there's not many collars, because that's a very practical thing in menswear. And then opening things up, cinching the waist, adding variety to how you can wear a garment. So a lot of these garments, you can either untie it, you can tie the pussy bow, you can make it a sash, you can make it a scarf. Just
very versatile.
Making things more versatile, because I think in menswear that doesn't necessarily exist. There is functionality in menswear, and we wanted to keep that, but there isn't versatility, and I think that is what makes clothing fun, because you can make it for yourself, and you can wear it how you want to wear it. And so we just try to approach that in our aesthetic as much as possible and find new ways to create new things for us.
I love that you're flipping the script on this, because historically in fashion, you've seen menswear detailing applied to women's wear, to ready to wear. You're not seeing as much of the opposite, which is what you're doing, which I love. And just to say, this is not from the men's department, let's put it that way. And I'm glad fashion has come such a long way. And it's thanks to really, I think, young designers like yourselves. So can we also discuss the issue of sustainability and what that means to you?
With this collection specifically, we, for the first time, created everything in Los Angeles locally. All the fabrics that you see here are mostly dead stock.
You know what? That is smart, and I'm glad you're saying that because our students need to hear this because, this is real world information. So, and they all aspire to make it to New York Fashion Week. So one last question, how do you both feel about being part of New York Men's Day at New York Fashion Week?
It's just an honor, honestly. Like, we weren't expecting to be invited, so just to have the invitation to be able to travel from LA, especially during COVID, it's just an honor, so we're just privileged. We initially actually did New York Men's Day in fall, and that came through a referral through an editor that we are close with, and they connected us with the PR agency Agentry that puts on New York Men's Day. So we showed virtually in fall, and it went well, so they asked us to show again this time. Yeah.
Well, you guys are fabulous. Thank you very much, and congratulations again. I love your collection. There's a few pieces I would not mind walking home with. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Teddy, first of all, congratulations. What a wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
So we are with the Art Institute's AI Live. And what I'd like to speak with you about are really a few things. First, let's talk about your aesthetic with your collection and just overall in fashion.
My aesthetic is really based with East Coast and West Coast sensibilities. You'll always see sort of that cross-section in the line. We also like to say it's peppered with a little bit of European discernment. I think this collection in particular, again, playing with that rhythm of the East Coast and the West Coast. I played with this exotic locale. I wanted to take the collection to French Polynesia, Tahiti, to get those colors, that exotic feeling, and you see that in all the textiles.
Personally, I'm very attracted to your colorways. I'm attracted to the juxtaposition of textiles. Wonderful. I mean, your leathers, your wools, your raffias, and your styling is so on point. It's young, it's modern, but it's also timeless and classic.
Music to my ears.
Right?
Yes,
I
thank
love
you.
that. Well, I say that also to the benefit of our students because this is the kind of stuff that they need to hear.
100%.
And I would love for you to give us some advice. You are seasoned. You worked for Ralph Lauren, you worked with the Fry Company, so fashion is not new to you. So would you leave us with some advice for our fashion students, please?
100%. I think that beyond the pedigree of some of the companies I've worked for, I grew up just valuing the make and the construction of really well-made garments, whether it was a traditional duffel coat from England or a Shetland sweater from Ireland. And I think that it's really important when you're building a collection, making a garment, give it soul. And those details, the customer doesn't always notice them when they're there, but they notice if they're not there.
Exactly.
And I'm all about putting my own personal stamp on things, and I do. And I think I've done this long enough that I understand what my DNA is and how to do a really beautiful synergy between those authentic details if I'm inspired by something that's a little bit more traditional and making it feel new and fresh for me. But it's really having an understanding and awareness of where it all started from. And I think it's really important for young people and young designers to take that into consideration.
Well, thank you for that, and I hope they are listening and taking notes. Tell us about your product.
So Cardon is a cactus-based skincare brand, And cardon's actually named after the largest cactus species. Cactus is a great ingredient, kind of like aloe, but has more vitamins. And the reason why we chose to create a line around it is because it's like great for soothing shaving irritation, which is like a big pain point that guys have, like oily skin or sensitive skin. And so our brand, we now have 8 products. All of our products are around like $18 to $27, so really accessible. And we really focus on like clean ingredients, a simple routine, and making skincare fun.
I'm going to try some for myself.
And you're going to love it.
And I want to
Trust
love
me.
it. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this ride. We have brought you 10 designer collections today from New York Men's Day. So I hope you found our interviews inspiring and motivating. Keep designing. For AI Live, this is Vincent Martinez. Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. I'm your host, Vincent Martinez. There's so much to watch right here at ailive.aii.edu. It's jam-packed with interviews with industry leaders, panel discussions, school events, and much, much more. Plus, you get to interact live with our guests in the Q&A sessions in our premier events. There are current shows, or you can delve into our archive for some interesting industry information that you may have missed in our AI Live Rewind series. So join us every week as we showcase talented professionals in your industry, creating an immersive experience and a look into your field of study. Hey, school was never this much fun. Get engaged. We're AI Live. Come check us out.